This is an educational podcast, or EduCast, created by Jim House, Assistant Professor of Computer Science and Communication Arts Technology at Allegheny College of Maryland. For more information about Allegheny College of Maryland, please visit us on the web at allegheny.edu. Computer software determines the type of tasks a computer can help you accomplish. Some software helps you create documents, while other software helps you edit home videos, prepare your tax return, or design a floor plan for a new house. But how does software transform your computer into a machine that can help with so many tasks? This podcast delves into the characteristics of computer software and explains how it works. As you learned in earlier podcasts, the instructions that tell a computer how to carry out a task are referred to as a computer program. These programs form the software that prepares a computer to do a specific task, such as document production, video editing, graphic design, or web browsing. Software is usually distributed on CDs or DVDs. Whether it's on a CD or downloaded from the web, today's software is typically composed of many files. You might be surprised by the number of files that are necessary to make software work. For example, the eVideo InPro software includes numerous files with extensions such as .exe, .dll, and .hlp. At least one of the files included in a software package contains an executable program designed to be launched or started by users. On PCs, these programs are stored in files that typically have a .exe file extension and are sometimes referred to as executable files or user executable files. When using a Windows PC, you can start an executable file by clicking on its icon, selecting it from the Start menu, or entering its name in the Run dialog box. Other files supplied with a software package contain programs that are not designed to be run by users. These support programs contain instructions for the computer to use with the main executable program file. A support program can be called or activated by the main program as needed. In the context of Windows, support programs often have file extensions such as .dll and .ocx. In addition to program files, many software packages also include data files. As you might expect, these files contain any data that is necessary for a task but not supplied by the user, such as help documentation, a word list for an online spell checker, synonyms for a thesaurus, or graphics for the software toolbar icons. The data files supplied with a software package support file extensions such as .txt, .bmp, and .hlp. The use of a main user executable file plus several support programs and data files offers a great deal of flexibility and efficiency for software developers. Support programs and data files can usually be modified without changing the main executable file. This modular approach can significantly reduce the time required to create and test the main executable file, which usually contains a long and fairly complex program. The modular approach also allows software developers to reuse their support programs and adapt pre-programmed support modules for use in their own software. Modular programming techniques are of interest mainly to the people who create the computer programs. However, these techniques affect the process of installing and uninstalling software. So, it is important therefore to remember that computer software typically consists of many files that contain user executable programs, support programs, and data. Computer programmers write instructions for the computer programs that become the components of a computer software product. The finished software product is then distributed by programmers or by software publishers, companies that specialize in marketing and selling commercial software. A programming language provides the tools a programmer uses to create software and produce a lengthy list of instructions called source code, which defines the software environment in every detail, what it looks like, how the user enters commands, and how it manipulates data. Most programmers today prefer to use high-level languages such as C++, Java, COBOL, and Visual Basic. These languages have some similarities to human languages and produce programs that are fairly easy to test and modify. A computer's microprocessor only understands machine language, the instruction set that's hardwired within the microprocessor circuits. Therefore, instructions written in high-level languages must be translated into machine language before a computer can use them. The process of translating instructions from a high-level language into a machine language can be accomplished by two special types of programs, compilers and interpreters. A compiler translates all of the instructions in a program as a single batch, and the resulting machine language instructions called object code are placed in a new file. Most of the program files on a distribution CD for commercial software are compiled so that they contain machine language instructions that are ready for the processor to execute. As an alternative to the compiler, an interpreter converts one instruction at a time while the program is running. An interpreter reads the first instruction, converts it into machine language, and then sends it to the microprocessor. After the instruction is executed, the interpreter converts the next instruction, and so on. Software is categorized as application software or system software. A computer certainly has many uses such as creating documents, crunching numbers, drawing designs, and editing photographs. Each use is considered an application, and the software that provides the computer with instructions for each use is called application software, or simply an application. The primary purpose of an application software is to help people carry out tasks using the computer. In contrast, the primary purpose of system software, your computer's operating system, device drivers, and utilities, is to help the computer carry out its basic operating functions. You'll learn more about these software categories in future podcasts. This has been an EduCast podcast brought to you by Jim House and Allegheny College of Maryland.